Now, last month, independent journalist Nick Shirley shed a lot of light on the widespread alleged fraud taking place in Tim Walz, Minnesota, including at one alleged daycare center.
Yeah, I mean, before he stepped on the scene, I had no idea what was actually going on over in Minnesota. I don't think a lot of us did, and I think this was a huge fraud scheme that was going on.
Misnamed the Learning Center, but according to state records,
And
yesterday.
that just became a meme. The fact that it's called the Learing Center, that's been a hilarious meme that I've seen that he's been running with. So,
The center requested the closure of its license. They are now officially closed. Here with reaction, independent journalist Nick Shirley. First of all, you did phenomenal work. Your life has been threatened as a result. Is that correct?
Yeah, it has been. It's been completely changed over these past
if you don't have
week or
haters, you're
so,
not doing good, bro.
as people have started to defend fraud and come after me for exposing the fraud that was happening.
Well, first of all, I applaud your work. Thank you for all.
Shout out Nick Shirley because he really did have to go against the government or the administration of his own state to get this publicized. Not a lot of people would have went against their own government as he did, and I really think the federal government knew about the scam. I don't think this was anything new to them either. How can Walt be running as a possible vice president? He was running as the candidate for the vice presidency, and to think that they didn't know where all of that funding was coming from, it seems very ignorant to actually believe that.
Your hard work. Thank you for your courage in doing all this. I give a lot of credit to you. Let's specifically tell people what you found and how you found it.
Yeah, so at these daycare centers, people in Minnesota have been telling me for months that there was fraud happening inside Minnesota. I met up with this man by the name of Dave who had all the evidence of exactly how much money these places were receiving. And then you start going to these daycares and they have stuff
You
messed up, such as some simple stuff.
and people will defend that whole look. Anybody with intuitive capabilities can clearly see that that's a scam. You have people going in and out of this Learing Center every single day. Business owners care about the quality of their business. That's how they have clients, and if they don't offer a credible looking business, they're not going to get clients. I have to think that these Somalian owners were purposely misspelling learning in order to make people not want to take their kid to this learning center, because that immediately disqualifies them from a credibility standpoint. I don't think I would want to take my kid and drop them off to the Learing Center.
Like Learing.
And it also just completely confuses you. Um, Somebody might drive by and they just read quality Learing Center. They might just be like, what does leering even mean? I've never heard anybody say that. It might just completely throw them off to think it's like a fishing club or some weird shit.
Is learning, and there's no children at any of the daycares, yet they're receiving millions of dollars, and there's just open and blatant fraud taking place inside of the state of Minnesota with all these welfare programs they have set up.
And now we're finding out it's billions of dollars. When you began your investigation, did you ever think it would be that staggering amount of money? And
That's the
James
tip of the
Comer said,
iceberg,
that's only the tip
man.
of the iceberg.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
what I
well,
was about to
within
say.
one day, we found over $110 million in fraud in just one afternoon. So if there's obviously millions.
And this is a guy, that's just a regular civilian. Again, he's getting this information leaked to him. So officials had this information, and they are purposely not disclosing it to the public. That way, you can't see the fraud scheme that's going on and how these politicians are actually getting lobbied. What Nick Shirley has done is he's given information over to the public. I believe the administration already knew about this.
And then billions. They have it
How could
estimated
they
around
have
9
not?
billion right now, but
How
some
could
people
they
have
have
said all
not?
the way upwards of 80 to $100 billion in
That's a
fraud.
lot of missing money.
Yeah. Let's talk
You wouldn't
about
investigate that?
You did a number of reports on this. And you now have been vindicated. You've been proven right. What are the specific threats against you? And I pray and hope that you're taking measures to protect yourself and your family.
Yeah. So people have messaged me. They've sent me photos of saying that this is going to be me next, and it's a photo of a dead person in a ditch. They've said I'll be kirked next.
Yeah, I mean, this is the exact reason why people get assassinated over money and power. And the second you start taking food out of their children's mouth, they're going to come for you.
next, and they've doxed me, they've doxed my family, all for just exposing fraud. You would think this would be a time where people could say, oh, amazing, we're going to figure out where our taxes are going. But no, people made this a race.
No, that's what the majority of Americans are thinking. The majority of Americans are holding you in high regard right now for the effort and the work that you've put in. It's the certain fraudulent community that's going to be making the death threats, and the politicians that lobby them into office are going to also be trying to weaponize everything that they can in order to get you to stop investigating how they are making their money.
Race issue. They made this a religion issue, when at the end of the day, it was just about people's hard-earned money going to fraudulent businesses.
Yeah. Nick, I don't know, are you planning to go full-time into journalism? I think you got a bright career ahead of you.
Well, yeah, I've been doing it for quite some time, and for me, this was just going to be a normal week where I just upload another video, because I've been doing it for
He makes
over
entertaining
100
videos.
weeks.
I'll
I
give
haven't
him
missed a
that.
single upload.
I didn't hear about him until this, but he makes great
It's
work.
been amazing to see the effect.
Great journalism.
And now you're seeing that all these left-wing outlets that came after me are now being proven wrong, and people like Tim Walz have stepped down from running for re-election because of the fraud. And so, like you said,
and
it's
in
all
that
been
case,
truthful,
he did a great
and
thing.
people can't debunk the truth.
Tim is a terrible human being
Yeah.
living in his
well done.
mansion over there,
A lot
his
of
governor's
courage on your
mansion.
part, and many thanks for your hard work. We appreciate it. We hope to have you back. Hey, Sean Hannity here.